everybody, welcome back to our Cocktails and Dreams fine art piece. It's going to hang on your wall for years. We now are going to start adding some color, and we're going to start with the circle. So I'm going to turn off my text layer. Just turn off the little eyeball there, turn it on, turn it off, and we're just going to work on the circle part. I'm going to turn off this gray layer too so we can sort of see. Let's leave it on for now. And I'm going to zoom in just a little bit so you can see kind of what I'm doing here. All right, so if we open up the circles deal, we have those three layers, and we're going to work on the very bottom layer, or circle 1. That's where our inner glow and our outer glow are going to go. All right, so let's start here. Double click your circle layer over here on the right side of it and bring up the layer styles dialog box. We're going to add an inner glow and we're going to add an outer glow. So let's do this. Click on the inner glow. I can't use my magnified. Oh, I can. Okay, click on the inner glow right there. Boing. All right. And we are going to change it to normal mode for starters. And we're going to crank the opacity up to 100. And you can kind of see what's happening right there already. All right. And then we need to change the color. And we're going to, if you look at my previous one, we did it in sort of a blue, or if you're not going to let me look at it, sure, that's fine, whatever. We did it in a blue. Take my word for it. So let's find that color. I'm going to click on this little square box right here that's black, and it'll bring up my color picker. And under the RGB settings, we are going to use these following numbers. So red is 0, green is 150, and B is 255, and that's going to give me that fun little blue color. I'm going to click OK, and that's not too bad. Let's make sure our choke is set to 0 and our size is set to 10. All right, like that. Choke 0, size 10, and then all this stuff is fine right here. Range is 50. That's good. We're good there. Awesome. So that's kind of our inner glow. Let's do our outer glow now. And outer glow is down, of course, down towards the bottom down there. All right, so make sure you click on that and highlight it. And again, we're going to set it to normal, 100% opacity, but we need to pick a different color this time. So we're not going to use that green. So back to RGB colors again. 22 for red, 75 for green, and blue is going to be 145. It's a much darker blue, you can tell by looking at that, and hit OK. And that's not too bad. It gives us a really nice glow about that. And that's all you need to do with that. We're good. So you just have this this inner glow and this outer glow. Pretty simple. All right, let's turn the other two. Let's turn layer circle 2 on. Okay, and we need to blur that by 1 full pixel. So if you click on circle 2 and go to your filters, pull down, blur, and if you just hit the one that actually says blur, that actually is a 1 pixel blur. So there you go. And not only that, we're going to turn circle 2's opacity down to something like 30. So it's going to be pretty light, but you can still sort of see it. It gives us a nice soft glow, right? So make sure circle 2 is turned down to 30 in the opacity department there. Okay. Let's turn on circle 3. There's our white specular highlight. All right. So highlight circle 3 right there. Make sure that's highlighted. And let's go back to filter and hit that blur again if it's there. If not, go down to blur and hit blur and give that also a 1 pixel blur. That softens it up quite a bit. And that is it, everybody. It's pretty cool, right? All right, now, so all the circles done. Problem solved. Let's close this circles deal and let's do the text. Now, I screwed up something pretty bad when I had you do this with. So on the one that says text 1, I actually wanted you to make that a very specific color. So let's fix what I screwed up here, okay? So turn off text 3 and text 2. We're only going to work on text 1. All right, and we're going to turn on that little checkered box that says next to lock. All right, that little guy right there. Click on that. All right, and there's a lock that'll appear in your layer. Okay, so make sure that's depressed, and we're going to actually that'll help us just color something real quick. Go over to your text picker over here on your left, your foreground color, and open that up. And RGB, again, we're going to make this a very specific color. So red is 150, 0 for green, and 93 for the color. It's kind of a rose color, okay? All right. And since we have the opacity transform locked, whatever we color this is only going to color the text because we have transparency locked. Okay, so with that selected, let's go to Edit, Fill, Foreground Color, which is that rose we just made, and hit OK, and it's going to basically change the color of our text. All right? Perfect. All right. Now that that's all fixed, and you can see if we turn those other ones on, that's what it's going to look like. All right, so still on this text one layer. Sorry about that, but it was a nice little exercise for you to figure out how to do that. So still on this text one layer, we're going to put outer glow and everything just like we did before in inner glow. So double click on it, bring up your layer styles box, and let's click inner glow first. Okay, make sure that's selected, highlighted gray. Normal, 100%. All right. Inner glow is going, and fix that. I don't know what that was. Wait, first of all, it's inner shadow, not inner glow. Sorry, everybody. I'm going to put my head out of my butt here. There we go. That's why it's looking so weird. Inner glow, normal, 100%. The color for this is going to be, click on the color deal there. RGB, again, 255, 170. It's going to start turning pink, and 204 for blue. 255, 170. 170. Let's try that. 170 and 204. It gives us that nice pink, right? And click OK. And you can kind of see what it's doing already there. Not too bad. Range 50. That's just fine. And let me see. What do we want for choke? 10 for choke. No. Yeah. 10 for choke and 50 for size? That can't be right. There's no way that's right. I don't think that's right. 10's fine. Choke 0. How about that? Let's try that. Choke 0, size 10. That's what I'm looking for. Sorry about that. I'm not trying to confuse you. Choke 0, size 10. My note is dumb. All right, so that's the inner glow. And remember, normal and opacity 100. Let's go to outer glow towards the bottom there. Make sure that's highlighted. Again, normal and 100. And we're going to change this color to RGB color 155, 31, 88. And that gives us a nice, hard, fun glow. If you turn it on and off, you can see the outer glow is happening out there. That's pretty good too. Nice and solid. And I am going to click OK. And look at that. We already have our Cocktails in Dream sign happening here a little bit. If you turn off that gray layer, you can kind of see it up against the sign a little bit. We need to put a lighting system on that wall, which is actually what we are going to do next. And then we will get this sort of, maybe not that effect, this effect. That sort of black effect happening behind it. All right, and we need to drop some shadows and things like that. All right, that'll be in the next one. So stay tuned and come back.